No one wanted it this way. Joe Biden is a good man, a good American, a great president. But time and the burden of the office means it's time to step aside, to put a warrior into the political arena, ready to take on Donald Trump, to face up to the un-American plan Trump and Project 2025 will impose. Vice President Kamala Harris is ready, experienced, and as a tough prosecutor, Kamala Harris dealt with men like Trump all the time. Rapists, con men, frauds, criminals. She's used to guys like Trump, used to putting them in their place.
Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America?
Kamala Harris will bring something to Trump he's rarely seen. Justice.
You know, as many of you know, before I was elected as vice president, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, as I've mentioned, of California, and before that I was a courtroom prosecutor. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
Project 2025 is the published roadmap for Republicans if they win the 2024 election. Thing 2, women's rights. They will abolish no-fault divorce, ban all abortions with no exceptions, ban all contraceptives. Yes, you heard me. This is an attempt to control women into living in some Christo-fascist Stepford Wives version of reality. It's a blatant attempt to regulate women back to second-class citizens, without autonomy over their bodies or their lives. We cannot let this stand. Vote for Democrats.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. All right, I believe the mic is on. Hopefully, the screen is okay. It looks okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Looks like we got Fancy in the chat first. So good morning to Fancy. We got Jackie, Roxanne, MJ Daniels here, Mozart. The kids call fucking a couch crunching. I didn't know that was a thing until now. Let's see, what else we got? Is there some weird things going on in that graphic? That I didn't know that? Anyhow, let's see. We got Fancy's here. Walter Makarovich is here. Good morning, or good afternoon. Trucker John, I didn't know J.D. Vance was friends with Flipper. And they called him Flipper. It gets weirder and weirder every day with old JD. Nice vetting, Donald Trump. Nice vetting you did there. Who else we got? Tamara Price is in the driver's lounge. Hello, Tamara. Good to see you. Mozart says, I hope the show starts soon. This couch image is getting me all worked up. Yeah, sorry about that. It is 11:19 here in the Pacific time zone. Yes, Nevada is in the Pacific time zone, for God's sakes. Where have you people been? It's already 100 degrees, looks like. Where are we at? We're at 100, but the high is only supposed to get to 105, which is a lot cooler than it has been. So there's that. Last night I was Uber driving, and when I first started the day, I didn't start until about 7 p.m. And the air quality was fine, but then something, I don't know if there was I know there's some fires in California. I don't know if the smoke rolled in from that, but around 11 o'clock, I guess, at night, this whole place got smoky. I mean, the whole Las Vegas. I mean, to the point where my eyes were watering, my throat was getting dry. Now, I know there was a big, huge truck fire about probably 100 miles from here. Maybe a little more, near Baker, or just sort of southeast of Baker, or southwest of Baker. I don't know if that would have been enough to bring the smoke. One of my passengers was saying he thought it was from that fire, from the truck fire. But I'm like, that would have to be a pretty fucking huge truck fire for the smoke, for that to travel 100 miles or more. But I don't know. But I know there's some huge fires in California right now. I think we were getting the smoke. I haven't even been outside today to see if it's cleared up or not. And I ended up getting in pretty late last night. I didn't get to bed till after 4 a.m. That's why I'm a little groggy this morning, running a little late. I was watching House Sparks, the last hour of his show with Phil. I saw how the show dropped, and then he was able to get another stream going for those last few minutes. But anyhow, Arizona Sunflowers here is, boy, you guys are fast. Because I guess people got in there before Arizona Sunflowers did. I guess that's the reference. Let me skip on down. David Windler's here. Good to see David. Thanks for being here in the driver's lounge. I'm wondering if any of my Facebook followers and friends will show up here. I gave them an invitation. I've been having a bit of a back and forth with these folks who are maggots. Let's just face it. Let's face the truth. They're maggots. I say that lovingly and affectionately, I guess. And I just dropped a link in one of our conversations, one of the threads we're having. I said, hey, if you guys want to hash it out over here at my YouTube channel, I'm live. I doubt any of them will show up. And not because they're chicken, but for some reason, Facebook people don't like to go on YouTube, it seems like. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I do. I have all the, I have Facebook and YouTube. But a lot of people that are on Facebook, at least the people I know, it seems like they're just on Facebook. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, I did drop the link in that thread, and maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll get one of my old classmates. Basically, these are old classmates or people that went to the same school I did. It might not have been the same year, even the same era, but we all kind of, hang out over there at Facebook. So we'll see if any of them shows up. I just said, hey, you guys want to, because we've been having an argument about basically that they say Trump is great, and I'm saying Trump is not so great. He is the swamp. He's not draining the swamp. He is the fucking swamp. And when I say, he's a felon and all this stuff, and then it all becomes like that's fake news, Anyhow, Mozart is excited. Nida O'Culligan is here. Nida O'Culligan, thank you for being here. I don't think I've ever seen you before, so welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Penny to Create is here. Truth, Justice, and Accountability is what Penny is posting. I realize sometimes I'll watch a little bit of the feedback, or not feedback, the playback, and I notice that sometimes I'm just reading chats, and it kind of looks like it's just stuff that I'm saying. So I'm trying to make sure that if I read someone's chat, that I say their name or whatever, so people know that I'm reading someone's chat. Tim Nelson is here, one of our Tims. We have two. Morning to Tim Nelson. Nick Rich is here. Ain't going back. Ain't going back. Arizona Sunflowers, but I love Kamala too. I just have a soft spot in my heart for Joe. Hey, we all love Joe. Joe, we will always love Joe. We love what he did. He got us out of Trump. You know, I mean, we were able to defeat Trump in 2020, end his reign of terror, and Joe Biden has turned this economy around to the best economy on the planet, one of the best economies we've ever had. We will be eternally grateful for Joe for setting the tone, for creating the template for future Democrats to follow. Bidenomics works. Bidenomics is booming. And so we will always love him, but I'm looking forward to Kamala Harris. Continuing it on, she's got such momentum going. She's got, I mean, hey, look at here. Now this was from a Minnesota television station that I believe they said it was sort of a kind of a right wing, not a right wing, but maybe a conservative station or whatever. And they were posting this in Minnesota. Kamala Harris, this is a presidential race. 50% to Donald Trump, 40. That's a 10-point lead. Now I know it's just a little poll. We take polls, you know, with a grain of salt. But look at that. I mean, that's in Minnesota. At this sort of I don't know if it's a Fox station, but they said it was I just read where it said it was a sort of a conservative station or whatever. So, you know, I mean, she's got the momentum. She's raised like how many hundreds of millions of dollars already in just a week. And so I'm looking forward to Kamala Harris administration, 8 years, you know, let's do it. We ain't going back. Yeah, but we can love both. We can love Joe and Kamala at the same time. Love is really kind of infinite. You know what I mean? So let's see here. Fancy's here. Yeah, Fancy was the first one here. Janelle Walker's here. Good to see Janelle in the driver's lounge. Captain Lurk is here. Never seen Captain Lurk before. Good to see you. Thanks for being in the driver's lounge. If couches could talk, is what Captain Lurk is posting. If couches could only talk, oh my God, the stories. I don't think we want to hear the stories. Chim Chim the monkey is here. It looks like a Trump supporter. Chim Chim the monkey, first time seeing you here. Welcome to the driver's lounge. You're welcome to be here. Just keep it cool. Keep it civil. You know, you could be a Trumper. Trump 2024, make America great once again. Magoa. Nick Rich, where's John's AI tune? I don't know. Wasn't it on there? Nope, not going back. Not gonna do it. No, not gonna do it. We're not gonna go back. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Tim Farrell, our other Tim. So now we're completely. We are now complete with the Tims. We got both our Tims. Hi gang. This is Tim. Is this supposed to be Burner 29 Cardinal? Hello. Hello to Burner 29 Cardinal. First time seeing you here. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. And once again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. The button. Mozart Flipper, I barely know her. And they call him Flipper. Let's see. Arizona Sunflower still morning here, 11 a.m. Yeah, buddy. Hedge Enemy's here. Good to see Hedge Enemy. Hedge Enemy says, J.D. Vance takes couch surfing to a whole new level. Boy, does he ever. And I know people are going to say that story was debunked or whatever, but I'm still going with it. Let's see. Nick Rich says, smartwatch? What's your body temp and heart rate? Oh, it's all in there. I'm sure it's all in there. Uh-oh, Siri, please go away. I did not ask for you. It just goes, okay. But anyhow, yeah, it's all in there. I'm sure I've got all my heart rate. All my health stuff is in here. Oops, I just pushed YouTube music. I don't want that on there. Let's see. Where is all that stuff? Heart rate. Oh, look at there's my heart rate. Okay, Nick Rich, my heart rate. Oh, heart rate shows your current heart rate and daily summaries. View your history. Blah blah. Measuring. Oh, it's measuring. It says it's 79 beats per minute. That's good, right? Isn't that good? Is that good or bad? I'm at 79. I'm at 79 beats per minute. Now, what was the other thing? Heart rate and. Where is oh, my body? I don't know. I don't know if it does body temp or not. I don't think it does body temp. I could do an EKG. It says here, or oh no, ECG. I could do an ECG. But that takes a bunch of stuff I got to do. So I gotta set stuff up. But here's my activity. I'm closing some rings. I haven't been up too much, so my rings aren't closed. Let's see. We got Mozart. There's a huge Northern California fire, but I think it's too far from you. I don't know. Sometimes these fires, the smoke will go all across the country. So we're getting smoke from somebody. Hey, Park Sharky Manion's here. Howdy, TJ. Well, howdy back at you there. Cowboy Paul from England. Good to see you, Paul. Arizona Sunflowers is saying it may be monsoons. It's not monsoons, it's smoke. They bring in tons of sand, dust, which looks like... It doesn't... I know the difference. I've lived in the desert my whole entire life, Arizona Sunflowers. I know the difference between a sandstorm and smoke. Especially when the smoke smells like smoke. You can smell the smoke. It smelled like a big barbecue or a big, wood burning thing. And it was burning my eyes. And I know the difference between smoke and sand. I've seen the sandstorms and I've been through it all. I lived in the desert. I'm 63 and I've been living in the desert for 63 years, okay? Anyhow, Cynthia from Texas, Facebook Sparkler, love from Texas. Cynthia from Texas, welcome. And I was talking about Facebook, how people on Facebook don't seem to, or at least my friends and followers, I post every single time I'm on YouTube, and I don't think I get anyone to click on that damn thing. Anyhow, but welcome, Cynthia from Texas. Good to see you. And we've seen Cynthia in here before, right? Cynthia, you're a regular. Thanks for being here. Fancy Joe is still at work. Yeah, he's still working. He's not retired. He's still in office. And he's still going to finish out his term and make sure that he hands off to the next president a really good economy, a good, well-governed country. And that next person is going to be Kamala Harris. Hey, Teresa T.A.K. is here in the driver's lounge. Good to see Teresa. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever the case may be, where you're at. Always good to see Teresa in the driver's lounge. Let's see. Paul Sharky Mannion says in his cowboy voice, Joe's pulled a master stroke this week. Put a catamount pigeon. That sounds like something a cowboy might say. I don't know. Hey, there's Jolie. Good to see Jolie. Nice of you to be here, Jolie. Nice of you to join us, Jolie. No, I'm just kidding. Always good to see Jolie. Jolie says, yep, keep it cool, I'm watching. That's right. That was for the person that came in. Here's Mountain Bike Fan. I like that poll. Everyone vote. Mountain bike fan, I don't believe I've seen you before, so welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Here, Mountain Bike says, here's whoever 2024. We should be getting a VP pick pretty soon, I think. I thought it would be by the end of this week, as in like today or yesterday, but it'll probably be by the end of next week for sure. I mean, it's gotta happen because I know we're all just dying with anticipation here. David Windler says the Chico fire is 250 acres massive. Yeah, and that could be because that's kind of like straight across from Chico. If you look at a map, I bet you it's kind of straight across from here. And some of those fires, they'll go thousands of miles. The smoke, the smoke of it. Hey, Joseph Winnie is here. Good to see Joseph. Hey, John and everyone. Hey, back at you, Joseph. Don't believe I've seen Joseph before, so hi and welcome to the Driver's Lounge. If you do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe and share. Share out the show. Make us grow. That did not sound right. Penny to Create says, just imagine a magnificent Biden presidential library. Trump's library will be a dumpster on fire. Yeah, Trump's library would be, I guess it would have Mein Kampf and Art of the Deal that he didn't write. And that's about it. And maybe some declassify. Maybe if they could get something they could declassify of some papers he stole. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Just spitballing. Fancy says John is in a good mood today. That could change at any minute. I don't know. Yeah, I feel good. I'm a little groggy. I'm a little hoarse, maybe. I was up, like I said, up really late. I'm going to skip down. I know I'm about at least 10 minutes behind, I think. So lots of greetings with everyone there. Joseph Winnie says, good to see you, to Teresa, I guess. Skipping down. Dick Rich says, John is not at rest, so 78 ain't bad. Okay. I wasn't sure. I figured that was probably at least it wasn't like 100 or something. Then if I'm just sitting here and my BPM is like over 100, I think I would be in trouble. So I think I'm doing all right. Okay, let's see what else is going on with y'all. Joseph Winnie says, I'm in Oregon. It's smoke. You guys got smoke up there too? Hey, I'm down in Vegas. We're pretty far apart. I don't know if it'd be the same smoke, but we've got smoke and you got smoke. There's fires in Canada. That's right. There's some big fires up in Canada. It's really sad. We're just and the one of the fires that I saw, I think there was one down in San Diego area, a big fire down there, and it was some asshole. It's bad enough that we've got hot, just the heat, and we've got global warming and making us hotter and hotter, and but some asshole down in San Diego started the fire. It was arson started fire. It's bad enough we gotta deal with Mother Nature, and then we gotta deal with assholes that start fires. Really? That should probably be a capital offense, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Let's see, I'm just skipping down a little bit here in the chat on this beautiful, glorious chat. Joseph Winnie, retired fellow. Are you saying you're retired? Because you said Trucker John. Are you saying that you're retired, or are you asking me if I'm retired? Because I'm like not really retired. I might be retired from truck driving, but I'm not retired from Uber driving. Anyhow, Mod Day says UGG polls great when they're great, bad when they're bad. Like I said, we take it with a grain of salt, but this is something from a Minnesota TV station, and but the overall, I think if you take the aggregate of polls, I think I could probably look that up. I believe Kamala Harris was leading Trump by at least a point, and it had taken it from where Biden was 6 points down. Kamala comes in, and that's like a 7-point swing, you know. But anyhow, yeah, like I say, we take them with a grain of salt. Mozart, an upside down Bible. That's how. Oh, that would be in the library. Yeah, that's Mozart. Thank you. And by the way, hello Mozart. I don't know if I said hello yet to Moz. So or Mozart, as we might call it. Thanks for that. Thanks for being here. Good morning. Good afternoon. Jolie says Tim Farrell. Are those musical notes? Reach out your hand if your cup be empty. If your cup is full, may it be again. Boy, we're getting poetic out here. Tim Farrell, Trump's library. That's probably what they would call it. The Trump library, and they would spell it library. Will be a collection of his finger paints. Yeah. Teresa TAK, I trust the KSTP TV poll. 50% to 40% sounds right to me. I think it does sound pretty good. Pretty about right to me also. Gerald Moraine, hi Trucker John and chat room. Hello Gerald, good to see Gerald joining us in the good old driver's lounge. That's what I'm calling it. Tim Farrell says, I don't know, don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air. Well, you guys are just getting all rhymy. You're getting all rhymy. Robert Perez is here. Good to see Robert. Says, yo, Johnny, howdy doody to you and all trucklers out there. Howdy doody back at you, Robert. Good to see you. I hope you're not getting too smoky, because I think there's a big fire down your way. I was just talking about that. And I believe it was arson set. They said that some guy lit a car on fire or had a car on fire and he pushed it down the gully. And that started that huge fire down there. Robert Perez, cigarettes are a big reason for fires along the road. Yeah, that's why they say don't throw your cigarettes out the window. That's what they say. Joseph Winnie says huge park fire. Yeah, the park fire. Over 300 acres, lots of fires in Oregon. Yeah, we're burning up. It is fire season, though. Jolie says, anyone want to wager a guess as to what I'm doing? Does it have something to do with getting high and being next to your pool? I'm just guessing. Just a wild guess. Roxanne Armfield's here. Hey, Roxanne, good to see you. And Roxanne says, we get the smoke from Canada, Oregon, and Arizona here in western Nebraska. Yeah. And because there's a lot of flat land there. And once it gets over the mountains, it just goes whoosh, right on across the Great Plains. Joseph Winnie says, I'm retired from trucking 30 years. Well, congratulations on all those things. I've been a trucker for 30 years, and congratulations on your retirement. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Taking a little break, right? Break from the road. Let's see. Teresa TAK says, I saw one of my favorite singers sing at the Olympics in Paris, Celine Dion. Yeah, she did the opening ceremonies. And also Lady Gaga. Oh, I didn't see that part. I just saw some highlights. Celine Dion was a nice surprise. And she sounded great. You know, she's one of these, kind of like, she moved to Vegas, and she lives here in Vegas full time. And she had a big residency for many years here. And then she ran into some health problems. And she's been sort of like, really, you know, not being seen for years now, for quite a few years, 5 or 6 years, or maybe longer, I don't know, because she's been having these health issues. And so everyone here in Vegas, and I know you guys everywhere else too, are really so happy to see I can't talk now. To see Celine Dion. Why am I not talking? All right, to see her perform, and she sounded great. And now there's even they've announced that she's going to do some dates at Resorts World, I think in the fall, which is big news because people were saying she might not ever be able to perform again because of her health issues. Apparently, she's feeling better, and she's sounding great. So, congratulations to Celine Dion, and happy for all the fans. I've never been a huge Celine Dion fan because it's just not my style of music, but I recognize that she's a great talent, has some great songs, and she seems to be a really nice person, a lovely person. So I'm really rooting for her, to make this comeback and to get her health to be better and get it in check or whatever. So it's a nice story, it's a really nice story. So far, anyhow. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm just scrolling on down. I'm scrolling down. Paul Sharkey Mannion, going back to the Donald Trump library. One book, a cheap Bible. Yeah. I guess you'd have to put one of those Trump Bibles in there. If you can get the one that he held upside down, that would be one, and then you'd put in the really cheaply made, crappy Trump Bibles in there. Joseph Winnie says, onshore winds blowing smoke east for now. Rain maybe on Monday, Tuesday. Pity to create. Hello, everyone in the lounge. We're in the lounge. Teresa, you're making me hungry already. Looking forward to dinner tonight. Gonna have Wingstop, boneless wings, fries, and corn, and 2 drinks, all for $25. Not only does that sound yummy, Teresa, but it sounds like it is good on the pocketbook. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Paul Sharkey Mannion, the English cowboy, says, in Trump's library, only one book. A very cheap Bible. Oh, didn't I already read that? Are you double posting, Paul? Let's see. Arizona Sunflowers, yes, she has stiff person syndrome. Yeah, which I've never even heard of before. Jolie says, John, it's like you know me. I guess I was right. Teresa says, I would have loved to be able to see Celine Dion in concert, but she stayed in Vegas, couldn't afford it, and never will be able to. Oh, well, it's part of life. Yeah, I don't even know what a Celine Dion ticket would go for. I was going to say, I could go and I could try to see if I could, tape it. But I don't even know if I can afford a ticket. Because I know those Adele tickets are fucking outrageous. I can't afford Adele. I'm not sure if I can. Celine Dion might be right up there with Adele. Big Hook. Celine Dion is Canadian royalty. Well, that brought out Big Hook, the old Canuck. Yeah, she is. She's French Canadian, right? Nick Rich says someone usually gets a sainthood when miracles occur. So you're going to say we might have a Saint Celine. Saint Celine. Saint Celine. I can talk. Walter Makarovich is here. Says, Paris 2024, wish I was there. Yeah, the Olympics are in full force. Today's the first day of actual competition. I haven't watched anything yet. I think there was some swimming events maybe going on. Probably a bunch of stuff going on today. William says, hey, TJ and everybody else. Well, hey, back at you, William. Hello, William. And I think I'm almost caught up. Paul Sharkey Manny said, he's not read them either. Gerald Moraine, sticky pages from a sofa in Epstein's airplane. Hey, Fancy gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Fancy. Thank you for doing that. Paul Sharkey Mannion, the English cowboy, got that. Got that membership. So thanks for helping to support the show. As always, it helps. Every little bit helps. MJ Daniel says, "Oh, you think so?" Hi, everybody. Well, hello, MJ. I don't know what I think. I'm not sure what that was in reference to, but let me know what it is. Nick Rich is gifting a membership. Thank you, Nick Rich, so much for that. Gerald Marine got that membership. Arizona Sunflower says, those tickets are super expensive, $500 to $1,000 for the cheap seats. I think I'll be sitting that one out, unfortunately. Because, like I said, I'm not really a huge fan of her type of music, but I would love to see Celine Dion, just because she's a great talent, and I'm sure I would enjoy the music. I'm just saying, I don't really listen to that, her style of music, but I know that she's a great singer, and she's got some great songs, some great hits. I'm sure it would be a great concert, but yeah, I'll probably be sitting that one out at those prices, unfortunately. Teresa says that I saw Olympics will be in the U.S. in 2028 in Los Angeles. Yep. It's going to be in L.A., which will be, I think, I know they had did they have the 84 Olympics? But didn't they have one since 84? I think they've had one between now and then, right? In LA, I think. I don't remember now. But maybe someone in the chat, I'm sure, could refresh my memory. MJ Daniel, it would be fun, I guess, not at that price. Yeah, some of these are just so expensive. Adele's very expensive. Even Taylor Swift is expensive. MJ Daniel concerts I have gone to were under $50. Well, yeah. What, in the 80s? No, I'm just kidding. That's why I went to see Bruce a couple months ago, and I got, I guess I got fair tickets, and they were okay, and those were like 100 and something. I'm trying to remember the exact price of the ticket, but then they always put, because you go through Ticketmaster and then they put their fees on top of it and everything. I think all told, I forget if it was over 200 or if it was still under 200, because the ticket itself, I think, was 150 or 180. I can't remember now. And then with all the fees and everything, it might have been a little over 200. But I don't remember. I can't remember if the total was 180 or if the total was over 200. I don't remember. But it was somewhere around there. Somewhere around 180 to 240 probably. I don't know. And they were just like, kind of like halfway up seats, But I had a good time. But that's about as much as I'm willing to spend right now for a concert. And for Bruce, I was ready to make an exception, I guess. Teresa says, I read the Winter Olympics will be in 2026 in Italy. I'm half Italian, cool. Well, but I hope you're rooting for the USA. Number one. Well, it doesn't look like any of my Facebook friends have come over, even though I gave them a very nice invitation. I dropped a link in the thread of a conversation I was having, and they just haven't showed up. I said, "Hey, we'll hash it out over here on my show." They don't want to. I guess they got other things to do. They got bigger fish to fry or something, I guess. All right, so what else I got? I got a couple of little memes here. Now, I thought this one was kind of funny. This was, I guess this is a chat from Kamala Harris. It says, what happened? Anytime, anywhere, man. Remember Trump was saying, like, yeah, I'll debate her anytime, anywhere, And now it looks like Trump is backing out. Looks like he's chickening out. says Trump camp backing out of the debates. Kamala says, what happened? Anytime, any place. Yeah, Donald, what happened, man? What happened, bro? Scared, bro? Hey, Donald. Hey, Donnie. You scared? You scared of that little gal? You scared of debating that little gal there, Donnie? You chicken shit motherfucker? That's right, Donald Trump. Calling you out, motherfucker. You're just one scared little shit, diaper shit motherfucker, ain't you? Hey guys, I gotta vent every now and then, okay? Let me vent a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Every now and it's good. Every now and then it just feels good. Guys, you guys should all start your own YouTube channels and then go live and then just call Donald Trump a motherfucker. It feels so good. It feels so good to call him a chicken shit, diaper wearing, fucking little pussy ass bitch. It feels so good, guys. Guys, you don't know. Guys, you don't know how good that feels. I highly recommend it. Everyone, start your own channels, go live, and then you can just fucking unload on Trump. It's instant. I don't know. It's very cathartic, as I like to say. It really, really is. Anywho. Arizona sunflowers, now he turned chicken. Yeah, he's a chicken. He's a chicken. He's a chicken. He's just a big old chicken. James Williams says, I'm not a huge fan of revival tours. I am grateful I was able to attend many of the concerts when the artists were pushing the envelope at live venues. Yeah. It is good if you can see them when they're like young and in their prime. That's great, but if you can see them one last time when they still got some juice, I recommend that too. Jolie says, "Fuck you, Donald Trump." See, doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? Joseph Winnie, King of the Cowards. Yeah, the insurrectionist cowards who hate democracy. And Donald Trump is even saying, you won't ever have to vote again. Yeah, just elect me and... Then he says weird shit. Like, you don't have to vote. I got all the votes I need. The man is losing it. Talk about losing it, man. Talk about losing it right before our very eyes. The man is losing his ever-loving mind. MJ Daniel, I saved a bunch of old ticket stubs. 1988, Aerosmith in Seattle, 1750. 1987, Pink Floyd at the Seattle Kingdome, 2150. In 1987... yeah, when minimum wage was $2.95 and a gallon of gas was 90 cents. I don't know. I don't even know. Lots of things have changed since 1987. Teresa says Trump should go to the wizard from the Oz movie, get courage, heart, and a brain. Yeah, he needs all three, yeah. Mish is here. Hey, Mish, good to see Mish. Welcome to the Driver's Lounge today. Always good to see Mish. Mish says, at Jolie, yes, he's done, finished, toast. He's toast. Jolie's reminding us, check your voter registration. Go to voter.org, vote.org. Check your registration. Make sure you're registered. Hopefully it's not too late they do have deadlines. That might not be for a while yet. So make sure you're registered and vote. Vote early, vote often. No, you only get one vote unless you are a Republican, and they're the ones that try to vote more than once. But let's vote, vote, vote. Vote for Kamala. She's got my vote. Big hook, big hook. The only Christian Trump has ever heard of is Christian Dior. But I need to get a drum sting sound effect. Joseph, when he said that, vote just one more time. Oh yeah, after that, no more voting. Because what? He's gonna just change this into a monarchy or something, where he's the king and there's no more voting. It just, I guess that's his vision for America. Paul Sharkymanian, hi, Teresa. Ha, Teresa. I don't know. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And click your heels. I believe that was a Wizard of the Oz reference. Fancy says, I think he is going to try and escape. He's a flight risk. I believe he is a flight risk. Arizona Sunflowers, yeah, because he'll make himself a permanent resident. Then he'll pass it on to his sons. Yep. He said he'll never leave. He's the unwanted house guest who has overstayed his welcome. For the love of God, would you please just get the fuck out of here? I'm talking to Trump. Yeah. Maybe he should just leave, because wherever he goes, I don't think he can go to Russia, because he might get some gravity sickness over there. The only place that I think he can go is maybe Saudi Arabia. Or maybe, Turkey or something. I don't know. MJ Daniel, Delicate Sound of Thunder album tour, I think. Great show, especially after drinking some mushroom tea. Wow. Mushroom tea. Yeah, Rick says, where would he go? And Francis says, Russia. I mean, I guess he would go to Russia, but, that's pretty risky, I think. Especially when Russia will probably be collapsing. Russia's not going to be Russia like we know, and probably for the better. I mean, in the long term. In the short term, I think Russia's going to go through some serious shit. And I think they're going to depose Putin one way or the other, if you know what I mean. And I don't know what's going to fill the vacuum, and I don't know what's going to happen, but there's some serious shit that's going to happen to Russia. And Russia's not going to be Russia like we know it. And hopefully for the better. I mean, hopefully they will finally be, something better. But I don't know. But there's going to be, this whole Ukraine thing it's not going to end well for them. And so I'm not sure if that'd be a country that I would want to escape to. You know what I mean? Well, we'll see how it all plays out. William, we will have to deal with his nitwit kids. Teresa, I would love to send Trump to the moon and stay there. Maybe the moon doesn't want him. Maybe he could get one of Elon Musk's rockets to Mars or something. MJ Daniel, I would be all for sending him to Moscow to stay. Arizona Summers, he can go live in Dubai, which is what I was thinking. Maybe Dubai. Something like that. Walter McCovers, I have a vision to defeat Project 2024 once and for all. Or defeat Project 2025 by instigating Project 2024, which is my project that I invented. Because I made a video about it. So that proves it. Project 2024 is mine. Mine. Jill Marie, MJ Daniel, Obscured Clouds, Bowler 72, Dark Side of the Moon, Denver 74. I really think the Sphere would be really cool if they just played like some Pink Floyd concert footage. Because you can't get Pink Floyd together. The surviving members, I think they all hate each other, and will never play again together. But maybe play, The Wall or something. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Fancy says we could put him on an island somewhere. Tim Farrell, hungry, not turkey. Hungry, that's right. I misspoke. I kind of get it mixed up. But probably hungry. But that's Orban, right? I get Orban and Erdogan mixed up. I'm just as bad as Trump and that kind of shit, I think. Maybe this is that. I shouldn't probably say that because I do not want to be compared to Trump in any way. But anyhow, AJ Daniel, first concert was Rush, Permanent Waves. I was 15 or 16. Rush was awesome back then. Roxanne says there are so many VP choices, it's hard to decide on one. And like, I was listening to somebody else's live stream. I think it was there's a guy, his name is The Rational Boomer, I think his name is. He's an old guy like me, and he does a live stream. And he's saying like, of all the choices, they're all great choices, and there isn't one. There might not be one that's the best, but there is, whatever choice it is going to be a great choice or something like that. I don't know. I mangled whatever he said, but I was agreeing with him. So yeah, there's some great choices. I think it's going to come down to Andy Bashir, and Mark Kelly probably. I think those are the top two. And of course, Shapiro and Cooper are right in there. That's probably the top four would be probably Bashir, Mark Kelly, Shapiro, and Cooper. I would say those are your top four you're looking at right there. Nick Rich says on September 18th, Judge Marchand might determine where Donald ends up. And I hope it's straight to goddamn prison. Lock him up. God damn it. MJ Dan, Waters and Gilmore can't, yeah, that's Roger Waters and David Gilmour. They can't stand each other. And that's a shame. That's a real shame. And I can kind of understand why Gilmour doesn't like Waters, as we found out recently in the last few years. What a fucking, Waters is, he almost sounds like a maggot. I mean, he was very like anti-vax and all that shit. But anyhow, I wish they could, if they could bury the hatchet. That wouldn't it be cool if they performed at the Sphere? That'd be awesome. Anyhow, but they could show movies there too. Skylar Myers is here. Hey, good to see Skylar. If he goes to Russia, he best not stand by any windows. Windows don't work so well over there. Yeah, that's the gravity sickness I was talking about. But hey, Skylar Myers, good to see you. I don't know if I've seen you here before, so welcome to the Driver's Lounge. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. That's what I tell all my new people that I see here. Walter McCavish says, hard to believe Trucker John first preseason NFL Rams versus Cowboys in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, football is almost here. And I'm still bummed out about Aaron Donald. I mean, God bless his little soul. I mean, you retire when it's up to him to retire, and it's his body, his choice. He was done. I get all that, but I'm still gonna miss Aaron Donald, and I think it's gonna have a huge impact on how well the Rams do. because that man was a force to be reckoned with, and the Rams are going to miss him. And miss him not only because he seems like a great guy, a great human being, but the greatest fucking defensive football player I've ever seen. Certainly lineman, greatest lineman ever. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to the season. I'm still rooting for the Rams, and I think we got a good shot. We're getting our key offensive players are there, and I think our defense is still pretty solid, even without Donald. But like I say, that's a huge hole now in the defense without Aaron Donald. They signed some pretty good rookies, D-line rookies, but they're rookies, and no matter how good you are, for a defensive lineman to make an impact on season one, that's pretty rare. It might take 2 or 3 seasons. So, anyhow, yeah, football. You bet. Tim Farrell says I would like Sawwell number 1. He's from California, so what happened Shapiro is great, but maybe being Jewish scares some people away. I like Eric Sawwell too. I'm not sure if I like him as a VP pick. I mean, I would have nothing against that, but I think he's a pretty good congressperson, for sure. Tim Nelson's got to go watch the grandkids, so see everyone. All right, Tim Nelson, thanks for being here. Have fun with those grandkids. Enjoy them. The little brats that they are, but enjoy them nonetheless. And thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Everyone's saying goodbye to Tim. So yeah, Eric Swalwell. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. He's really good. I like how he really kind of sticks it to Jim Jordan all the time. Still no none of my Facebook friends, the ones that I was talking about, they're not showing up. Paul Sharkey says, wouldn't it be great, Trump and Putin sharing a bunker together? MJ Daniel says, something I would like to see on a big screen is the Roger Waters Berlin Wall concert. Lots of big names. And Sinead O'Connor and members of the band singing Mother is great. Yeah, that sounds like it would be cool to watch. Hey, Alvin Stubbs. Hello, everyone. Says Alvin. Says Alvin. Hello back at you, Alvin. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the lounge. We're just kicking it. We're just kicking back. Robin M is here. Says hi, Trucker John and Chatters. Hello back at you, Robin. Good to see Robin over here. As we're just kicking back on this Saturday, now afternoon, here in the Truckers Lounge. For some of you, it's evening, like Paul Mannion, for instance. It's evening. Out there in England. But anyhow. Let's see what else going on here. I did save. Well, this kind of goes to some of the maggots out there who just always want to cry about the border. The border issues, and that this is the worst crisis ever. At the border. I think they just say border, and every time they say border, I don't know, another grape gets picked or something. I don't know. This is border. Well, hey dummies, there's a bipartisan bill ready to be signed, and it has lots of great Republican wish list kind of stuff in it. It's ready to go. But Donald Trump told them not to do it, so they didn't do it. Because they are beholden, I guess, to maggots. Little Mikey Johnson over there in the House of Representatives. He takes his marching orders from Trumpy, from the Trumpster. So, if you've got anybody to blame about the border, there it is, right there. You can blame your fucking leader, Donald J. Trump. He needs to change his middle name, because I really resent the fact that his middle name is what it is. James Williams says, I think Sheldon Whitehouse would make a great VP. Yeah. He would make a great president, probably. Tim Farrell, is Lindsey Graham a cat lady? I don't know. But he is childless, I guess. Nick Rich says, it's 3:13 here, p.m. Gotta go soon. Gotta go soon like Tim. 2 minutes, actually. Well, thank you, Nick Rich, for being here. I do appreciate you so much. Always appreciate Nick Rich 56. In fact, Trucker John's not the only one who appreciates Nick Rich. I also appreciate Nick Rich. And I hope you guys out there appreciate Nick Rich. Nick Rich, always great guy, a great supporter of the show. And just thanks so much for being here, Nick Rich. Kind of sad you got to leave already. Want to spend some time, hang out with you a little bit. But hey, whatever time we can get with you, we cherish it. We're going to cherish whatever time we get with you. And hopefully we'll see you back here on the next one, which will be Tuesday. All right? So thank you, Nick Rich, for being here. Always good to see you. Yeah, Nick's all right. All right. He's all right. Nick, I know you like it when I get on here. I know you like me. I think you're all right. You're okay. But yeah, okay. Thanks for being here. You're gonna make me into a soft, mushy cookie. Come on now, Nick. Don't do that to me. But I'm glad you're here. Glad you were here. We'll see you in the next one, I hope. All right? Cherish this moment. You don't, I'm getting a little verklempt. I don't even know what that means, but, you're kind of softening up this old tough cookie. It's a rare moment. Enjoy it while you can. And we'll see you, Nick. 56, Nick Rich, to be exact and precise. All right, Nick. We'll see you. Thanks, buddy. There you go. Those guys popped in all of a sudden. Let's see. Teresa says, sorry, but I wish Trump's parents would have used protection before Trump was born. Don't we all, Teresa? Don't we all? Hey, James Hermio's here. Good to see James. James says, at Fancy, they keep pissing off the wrong people. And by that, I mean women. Oh, yeah. Rovember. We will be hearing the women roar. Roar, roar, roar. Nick Rich has got those emojis going there. Robert Perez says, sounds like it's time for Johnny to take a walk and stretch the hammy. Really? Already? I'll probably hang out some more here for a little bit more. Fancy my favorite, the cookie. Walter McCarvage, Marjorie Taylor Greene cat. Fancy's laughing. James, stay safe, Nick Rich. Tim Farrell, I wish Trump's father would have stuck to the couch. Well, you know, we can't do anything about the past. All we can do is learn from it. So that's why we got to vote. Make sure we all vote. Let's learn from the 2016. And I know a lot of us voted in 2016, but we got to make sure we all vote. We got to make sure that swing states and swing districts or whatever, certain districts, don't fall for the old banana in the tailpipe trick. Don't listen to the disinformation, to the Russian troll farms and bots and other, whatever other entities that there are, whatever the Cambridge Analyticas that are out there. We got to make sure we don't fall for any of that shit. We just keep spreading the news, spreading the truth, and don't fall for it. And that's really the basis of this show. I mean, I don't do much. I read your guys' chats. I try to put some truth out there. I try to, expose the misinformation, disinformation in my little part, my one little part. And hopefully all of us, as we go on about our lives, we can do the same in whatever way we can and be safe. You got to be safe. There's crazies out there, so I understand it's hard to, say things in certain settings, but each one of us can do our part, to get the truth out and really stand up and push back against these talking points and this misinformation, because it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Paul Sharky Manning says Trump was found floating down the Hudson River. William says, I guess Trump's father didn't have a good pull-out game. I don't know why I gave you that voice. But, in a basket, says Paul Sharky Manning. Oh, like Moses? Jill Moraine says, voting by mail leaves a paper record. I vote usually by mail, but not every state can do that. Usually, of course, the red states, they want to make voting as difficult as possible, put up as many roadblocks as possible, obstruct as much as they can. That's what they do. That's their strategy on how to win, because they can't run on policy. All they can do is run on fear and fear of the other. It's always about fear of the other, and then create these kind of crises, about the border, or they can stoke up fear about, they're going to take away your guns, and then they can make up things that, like abortion is murder. They're murdering babies, which abortion is not. Okay, it's a woman's healthcare choice, and it's not a baby. It's a zygote. It's a blastocyst. It's not a baby. So fuck off with that nonsense. Maggots. None of my maggot friends have showed up from Facebook. I wonder if they ever will. They never will. They're not going to show up, are they? Damn it. I had a big party planned and they didn't show up. No, I did not. I did not have a party planned. Joseph Whitney says Oregon votes by mail. I love Oregon. William says in Georgia, you can't give someone food or water in a voting line. Speaking of water, I just had myself a drink of water. Yeah, and then they purposely shut down polling places, so then that creates big lines, right? And then and especially on a very popular candidate like we're going to have with Kamala. And what we saw with Barack Obama when they had there lines that were taking people 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours and shit like that to vote. So they create that situation by shutting down polling places. And then if you want to give someone some water so they don't, stroke out with heat stroke or something and dehydration, that's a crime now. That's so fucking ridiculous. But that's what the red states do. Because they know they can't really win if things are done, fairly, in a fair way. Fancy says, I get the ballot and then I take it to a drop box. That's actually what I've done, I think, the last couple times. I have a mail-in ballot, and then my polling place is just a block over from where I live, and they have a drop box, and I just drop it off there, and I get my little sticker, my little I voted sticker, and I proudly wear it, and then I stick it on my wall. I have 2 of them sticking on my closet doors over here, because I was making a little backdrop the other day when I was on the Tara Devlin show, and I made a little backdrop for that. But then I didn't realize that the Skype camera, because we were on Skype to do that, and basically it just blurs out everything behind me. It only focuses on me, I guess, and everything else was just blurred. So my little backdrop that I spent the whole 15 minutes creating, I guess, was pretty much all for naught. Because all you saw were these kind of blurry little things in the background. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. James Hermio says, here in Colorado, we've had mail-in voting for as long as I can remember, and never one complaint until Trump came along. Oh, absolutely. And it's the same thing with this voter ID. We've never had problems with people voting. Like, if someone, when you register to vote, your ID gets all checked. That's what your state, I think it's the Secretary of State or whatever, or the state registrar's office. They take your application and they vet you. And then they send you back your little card that says you're registered of whatever party it was, right? So we've always had that in place for as long as I've been voting, as long as I've been alive. But then they make this big issue about voter ID, that you have to show voter ID at the polling place. I've already been vetted when I registered. That's what voter registration does. So I don't need to show ID, because when I show up, they have me sign, in their little logbook there, that I showed up and then I'm voting. And if there's already a name in my spot, then that's a dead giveaway that, hey, somebody fucked up here. That's not me. So it's all built in. There's a checks and balance. It's all built in already. But they want to create this issue that you need to show ID at the polling place, as though there's this rampant case of, I guess, people either not voting and somebody else voting for them, or people voting twice, which you can't do because you have to sign in. At least in California, if you go to the actual polling place, you check in and you sign the little book. And if somebody else signed your spot, then that's how the checks and balances. You go, no, that's not me. And that's never happened to me, but my space has been blank. I sign my name. They give me the ballot. You go, okay, go over to the booth and you go vote. But they create these fucking crises just to create a crisis because they have no policies to run on. So they have to say, oh, well, what about voter ID? There's people cheating. And the only ones that ever get found cheating are Republicans, anyhow. It's probably, 9-to-1 ratio of people who get caught cheating and voting. It's 9-to-1 Republicans to Democrats. And it's just a small handful of cases anyhow. It's probably never been consequential to an election. But that's what they do because they have no issues to run on. So they have to create things. They have to create, like I said, I guess I shouldn't repeat myself, but it says horse shit. Fancy says, I haven't stood in line since the Obama election. I've never had to stand in line. I mean, I take that back. Even back in the 80s and 90s when I used to vote in person, the longest I ever waited might have been 5 minutes, if that. You would, like I said, you go to the table, you tell them your name, they give you the book, you sign in, they hand you the ballot, they go, if there was a line, they would say, go get in line. If there's no line, they would say, go to the booth there, one of the booths. And literally, I can only remember ever being a line where maybe there was 1 or 2 people ahead of me. And it would take less than 5 minutes to get to a booth. And then since 2004, now California had absentee balloting. They didn't officially have mail-in voting until later, I guess. But in 2004, and prior to that, you could be an absentee. Like if you were going to be out of town, or if you would have to have you would write down or check a box and say what your reason was. And mine was I'm an over-the-road truck driver, and I don't know if I'll be home during the election. And that was good enough. And so I was absentee. I got absentee ballot all the way until I moved here to Nevada. And then Nevada had mail-in voting, so you can get your ballot, and you can either mail it in or you can drop it off in a drop box, or you can still go to a polling place and vote if you want to do it that way. So those are all great options. Gerald Moraine, point being, you are not being intimidated by MAGA. Like if you vote by mail. Right, exactly. Jolie says, Trucker John has channel memberships, super chats, and those are always fun. You can also support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing, and those things are free. They don't cost you a dime, and they are just as important. So if you could like, subscribe, and share, hit that share button, share it out. Share it out to Facebook. Maybe we'll get some Facebook people in here. Share it out to all your socials. And also, you can buy me a coffee over there at buymeacoffee.org, where I will be doing a monthly little, I don't call it a newsletter, but I'm going to try to do every month a little post on there. And I did one for last month. I've got a couple on there. So if you go to buymeacoffee.com, you can see me writing some stuff. Just to say hi and talk about the current events or whatever. Paul Sharkey says there's been mail-in voting for a long time in the UK. And we've had it here either as absentee ballots and was what we usually had. And now we're getting more and more mail-in voting, but it's mainly the blue states, right? And I guess the purple ones maybe, but the red states, they don't like it. They no likey. Because was it Gerald Moraine or somebody was saying, they want to be able to intimidate you. One way or the other. By posting goons at the polling places, or by having huge lines. And people will say, fuck that, I'm not sitting in that line. And by the way, it is in line, it's not online. It's in line. When you're waiting in a line, you're in a line, you're not online. To Randy Rhodes and all you East Coast people. You wait in a line. If you're like in a line to get a movie ticket, you're in a line. If you're at Disneyland waiting to go on the Matterhorn, you're waiting in a line. You're not online. All right? One of my pet peeves, especially with the East Coasters. I think they're the ones that say online. Online is when you're on the internet. It's not when you're waiting in line at the DMV, for instance. Just saying. Pet peeve. One of my pet peeves. Big Hook, limited drop boxes in Texas, restrictive hours to drop off. Yeah, they do all, that's all the little tricks. The little tricks. Pity to create, I sign, present my driver's license, and also have to tell the person my name and address. When I used to go to mail-in, to in-person voting, I never had to show my ID in California. I would tell them my name, so they knew which book to give me to sign in, and then I would sign in, and I think I would write my address down. I think that's what it was. They had it was a big long thing where you would sign your name, and then I think you put your address down, and then they would look at it, and then they had their little sheet to cross-reference, and they could see your name, and I'm not sure if they had a copy of your signature, but they did have a copy of the address. So if the address lined up with what they had, and you signed your name, then that was good enough. I never showed them ID, ever. Never, ever, ever. Don O'Leary's here. Good to see Don. Thanks for being here. It says, wow, 93 here in Minneapolis. Not as bad as Vegas. God convicted felon DJT will be a rally in St. Cloud. What a joke. That's a mouthful there, Don. I just saw where JP Mandel is going to be doing a rally here in Vegas. And I was wondering if I should go to it or not. I don't know. It might be too late. I don't know what the date it was, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, but maybe I will. Who knows? Big Hook says, remember to get your kids in college to indicate where to send absentee ballots to if attending school out of state. The deadline is very soon. Yeah, that's a good point. Carol Alana's here. Good to see Carol. Thank you for being here and joining us today in the driver's lounge. Says, only time we had lines at precinct was in 2008 when Obama ran. I was a precinct judge in heavily Republican county, but there was a dim governor. I hope this election will be similar. Where are you from, Carol? What state? Let's see. You're in a county there. Anyhow, I guess it's not important, but yeah, hopefully it'll go off smoothly. It'll be all safe, fair, and all that, Let's see. Joseph Winnie says, Val Deming's going to the Postal Board of Directors. Really? Is that true? Yeehaw. So she's going to be on the Board of Directors. Would that be enough to get the board to fire DeJoy? I guess is what the point of all that would be. Gino Maynard is here. Gino says, all my peeves are free range. Yeah, no pet ones. They're free range and wild. MJ Daniel, hope this means DeJoy will be gone soon. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That was my first thought. But yeah, hey Gino, we got Gino and Gerald here in the chats. Good to see both y'all. Carol Alana says, I think if your signature matches, technically you don't need ID, but every state different. Yeah, every state is different. That's true. Never had to show ID personally. California, Colorado, Ohio, Missouri, we moved a lot being government service. Yeah. That's a lot of moving. But I think it's funny because I was born and raised in California, lived the first 59 years of my life in California. And like I said, I voted in person all the way until I became a truck driver in the early 2000s, in 2004. So I was always, from 1980 to 2004, I voted in person. And I have friends, a lot of them on Facebook, friends that grew up right alongside me in California, and they're apparently Republicans because they're all in on this. I mean, ever since they've been talking about this for like the last 10 or actually, this has been like a Republican talking point for the last at least 10 years, 10, 12 years, about needing voter ID. Voter ID, we got to have it. And these are my fellow Californians that live in the same cities that I lived in, where I know never had to wait more than 5 minutes and had a very easy time voting, and they never showed ID because they registered to vote just like I did, and they got vetted by the California State Attorney General's office or the State Registrar's office, whatever it is, Registrar office, got all vetted, checked out, got their registration card, their voter registration card sent back to them, and never had to show ID when voting, just like me. And yet here they are on the bandwagon. We need voter ID. We need voter ID. You've never had to show voter ID in your life, and we've never had any problems in any of our precincts in California with regard to voter ID or people not having ID and showing ID at the polling places. It's never been a problem. It's never been an issue. But these fellow Californians of mine that I grew up with, who are Republicans, are all acting as though there's been this huge crisis of cheating and non-registered people voting or people voting twice. It doesn't fucking happen. It's bullshit. And they're going to say, oh, well, what about this case or that case? Okay, maybe it happens 5 times. And they're all Republicans that get caught for it. So fuck you. You fucking dummies. My old friends from California that I grew up with. Fuck you, you dummies. Why are you repeating this shit? Why are you such a little fucking parrot? You're just parroting the fucking, the Trumps of the world. I thought I knew you guys better than that. I thought you guys had a little more independence than that. A little bit more independent thinking than that. Why are you just going along with whatever Trump says or whatever George W. Bush said or whatever? Come on, man. You're better than that. You guys are better than that. Come on, man. Paul Sharkey says the Tories made it harder to vote at our recent election. Proof of ID was required for in-person voting over here. It still didn't end well for the Tories. They got a real beating. Yeah, they did. And deservedly so, I might add. Donald Leary says someone in house chat, the villages are voting for Kamala. Must be SSMCR. Social Security, Medicare. Yeah. Yeah, eventually those old people in Florida, they're going to fucking finally get the message that if you vote for Trump and you vote for Republicans, your Social Security and Medicare are going to be taken away. Project 2025, it's right there. So that's another thing. We need to get that out. Get that message out, man. Gino Maynard says discrediting our voting system may be Donnie's worst offensive on America. Carol Alana says, even in Ohio, if you had a utility or bank bill, that sufficed for proof. See, in California, we don't need to bring our fucking utility bills. At least we never had to before when I lived there. You didn't have to bring your fucking utility bill. You didn't have to bring anything. You just signed the book and I think you wrote down your address. And then they just verified that. Because you're already a registered voter. Once you registered, that was all you really needed. And then you, like I said, you would sign the book. I didn't have to bring my fucking Edison bill with me. I guess I'm spoiled. I guess California spoiled me. Because it was always easy peasy. In and out, done. You're done in 5 minutes. You sign in, you get the ballot, you fill it out, you leave. 5-10 minutes max. And the first time I ever heard of there being lines was during the Obama in 08 election. I had never even... I was so oblivious to what goes on in other states. I just thought everything was like California. That's how naive I was. Even in my 30s, I guess. And by the time of Obama, I was in my 40s, right? Mid-40s or whatever. I was completely oblivious and naive. I just thought it was all like California. You just go in, you vote, you're out, you're in and out. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I had no idea that there were fucking 8 and 10 hour lines. Because I remember seeing that on the news. I was like, what? What's with these fucking lines? Why are there lines? What the fuck is that all about? It was so fucking, I don't know, foreign to me. So California spoiled me, I guess. Paul Sharky, man, I gotta go. All right, Paul, have a good day. Thanks for being here. I know it's late where you're at. Thanks for spending some time with us from across the pond, ladies and gentlemen. It's Paul Sharky Mannion from across the pond. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on the next one. See you Tuesday, Paul. We'll see you Tuesday. Arizona Sunflower says, on purpose, Detroit got rid of hundreds of corner mailboxes and a lot of sorting machines, and he had no experience in postal service. Yep, that was one of Trump's picks. Yeah, to deliberately sabotage mail-in voting. Absolutely. I believe it. Jolie says, fuck the dummies. Jill Marie, democracy! Roxanne says, true Arizona Sunflowers, he also slows down deliveries on purpose. Yeah, it would be nice to get the Joy out of there. It would be nice. Get somebody in there who actually cares about the Postal Service, actually cares about the service part of the name of the Postal Service, and cares about delivering the mail on time and in good condition. That's what we need in there. You know, this is supposed to be a nonpartisan thing. But of course, with Trump, there is no such thing. It's all fealty to him, all loyalty to the Trump, to the Donald. That's all it's about. But fuck Donald Trump. I cannot wait until he loses and he goes to prison. Fuck all this shit. I've been saying, he's not going to go to prison. If anything, he'll get an ankle bracelet and he'll be on home detention. Fuck that, man. I want that motherfucker in prison. Put him in fucking Gitmo. Or Rikers. Or whatever. Or put him in next to El Chapo. Or whatever that fucker's name is. El Chapo. Chapo, whatever. Whatever. And his sons. Put him right there with those motherfuckers. Billy Kid 73! Hey, I haven't seen Billy Kid in a while. Thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping on in. We got 33 watching, 84 thumbs ups. Thanks for all those thumbs ups, by the way. I wish we had more watching, but hey, what can I say? Billy Kid 73, though, is here. Says, Rump said today to a group of Christians, if the vote for him comes November in 4 years, you won't have to vote again. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote. And what the fuck does that mean? You won't have to vote. So what? He's going to just turn this into a fucking autocracy? A total dictatorship? A monarchy? Where we just have King Trump? And then it gets handed down to Junior? For the love of God. Oh. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? So now he's just totally coming right out with it. Vote for me and I will destroy democracy. A vote for Trump is a vote to destroy democracy. We don't need pesky democracy. We don't need that pesky Constitution. No, we don't even need the pesky Supreme Court. I'll get rid of them too. It's all going to be run by me. All right here, the president, and we're going to change that title to king. He might as well just say that. He might as well say, "Hey, look at it. Just vote for me, and then I will become king. I will be your king, and you won't have to ever vote ever again, because I will be the king." That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, man. So, you know what I say to that? I say, fuck you, Donald Trump. You're going to prison, motherfucker. You're getting locked up. Lock him up. Remember how they were saying lock up Hillary, lock her up? For nothing? For nothing at all, they were saying lock her up. And Donald Trump has done a lot of fucking evil, bad shit. Number one of which I think, well, raping women is probably number one. And even raping, may have been little boys, I don't know, on that Epstein Island or whatever. But all the rapes and sexual assaults, that I guess I would put that number one. But number two, he sold out his country to Russia and who knows else, Saudi Arabia. Who knows where he's been selling all this top secret nuclear secrets and battle plan secrets. He's a fucking traitor. And you know what they used to do to traitors? I guess they don't do that anymore, but it used to be like a capital offense to be a traitor. So fuck you, Donald Trump. We're not gonna stand for it. We are not going to stand for it. We are not going to let you get anywhere near the levers of power ever again. The only lever you're going to be near is the toilet fucking handle in your prison cell, motherfucker. It feels good, guys. It just feels good when I do that. Robert Perez, do you think you'll ever come back to California to live? I might. My kids live there. I might end up in Arrowhead or someday. I don't know. Or Big Bear. Big Kid 73. Hi, Jolie, Trucker John, and everyone else. Hello back at you. Billy Kid 73. Thanks for hanging out. We missed you, man. And just the other day, we were like, where's that Billy Kid 73? I haven't seen him in a while. Lo and behold, here you are. Glad to see you back. Jill Lorraine, One Man Alcatraz. Yeah. Alcatraz is just sitting there. I mean, I know they do tours now. But they've got the old, hey, he always talks about Alphonse Capone. Stick him in Alphonse Capone's old cell. Just stick him in there. And then let the tours go by. And then the tour guide can go, and there's that asshole. And they can hand out tomatoes, like rotten tomatoes and rotten things, and they go, feel free to chuck whatever you want in there. That's how we feed them. That's so just go ahead and toss that in there. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. Carol Lana says, Billy Kid 73 is so true, and yes, personally, Duppy needs in worst fed prison in the entire world. I'll never be satisfied till that happens. Mish says, yesterday was not the first time Trump... Yeah, that's true. He's been saying that for a little bit now. Yeah. But still, you know, it's so weird. It's so weird. Like, Donald, you're not supposed to say that part out loud. It may be your plan to take over the country and to destroy democracy and make it into an autocracy. But that's supposed to be the secret plan. You're not supposed to say that part out loud. Because I think even a lot of your maggots might not be in favor of that, actually. You know? I think, maybe. I don't think they really want to. I don't know if they of a lot of the maggots are really for complete dictatorship. I don't know. I might be wrong. But I don't think you're supposed to say that part out loud, Donald. I think you're supposed to at least pretend like you're for democracy. At least, can you do that? I don't know. Carol Alana says, you're speaking my kind of language, Sugar John. Sound like my Marine hubby. Ooh, ooh-wee. Did he go dark Rick on that trader? Oh, yeah. Your hubby was the ex-Marine, and I think he's passed away and everything. Yeah, it does feel good. Does it feel good to kind of let loose on Donald a little bit? Just tell him what an asshole he is. What a complete and utter piece of shit that he is. Wouldn't you just love it to go face to face? That's another thing. Like if they should put him in Alcatraz in Alphonse Capone's cell, and then you could take a tour, and as you're walking by, you could just go, "You're a fucking asshole. You're a piece of shit, motherfucker." And then they give you rotten tomatoes, and you can throw them in at them. They're like, "Dinner time is served, motherfucker," and you just like chuck it in there. Oh boy, a guy can dream, can't he? A boy can dream. Billy Kid, why was he meeting with Netanyahu here the other day? Because they are feathers of the feather fucking. I don't know. Whatever that saying is. They are kind of the same cloth. Netanyahu and Trump. They are both corrupt criminals and evil pieces of shit. So Netanyahu had to stop by and see his old buddy there one last time, I guess. James Hermino says, Sugar John, do you think that's why the CIA or national security hasn't dealt with him yet? I don't know. Haven't dealt with Trump yet. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to do that. They don't. I don't think they do that. Robin M says, laughing out loud, I love TJ. The only levers of power will be the toilet handle. Yeah, I was kind of proud of that one myself. Just kind of came up with that on the fly. Arizona Sunflowers, they tricked a big one yesterday with help of the third drug supplier. Is the Kingpin? Oh yeah. That was one of his sons. Yeah, the one they got was El Mayo, and his grown son. He was the next biggest one after El Chapo. Yeah, that was a huge deal. Part of the Sinaloa cartel. Billy Kid 73 says, thanks, Sugar John. Been busy setting up for the DNC. Oh, that's right. Here in Chicago, and proud to be doing it too. That's right, Billy Kid 73. That's right. You work on those setting up conventions and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So are you going to be able to go into it during the convention or not? Because if you are, that'd be awesome. I think. Carol Alana says, learned to ski in Big Bear, lived in 29 Palms, USMC base 29 Palms, hike camped at Big Bear, loved it. Yeah, I grew up in the desert communities down below, like Apple Valley, Victorville, and I even lived in Big Bear for about a year when I was a kid, when I was about 8. Lived up there for a year. Went skiing there, used to ski there all the time. And so if I moved out of Vegas, that would probably be where I would move to. Somewhere on the mountain up there. That's where my kids are now, so. Anyhow, Jill Moraine, easy Secret Service protection. Donna O. Hey, Donna O. Good to see Donna O. How is Trump even on the ballot? Well, because the Constitution says all you got to be is, 35 years old and a natural-born citizen. Right? And so he was able to get on, to get the votes in the primaries. And we can thank Fox News and right-wing media and probably mainstream media to some extent. And we can also thank, I think, Russian disinformation for pumping out so much misinformation that he got enough of a base, enough of a following. Let's see. Carolina says, Billy Kid 73 joke was, where the hell is 29 Palms? Graduated high school there, married there, loved doing dune buckies east of town, had a blast in the 70s. Yeah, I know where 29 Palms is. I've driven through there a couple times. On the back way from like Lucerne to Palm Springs, taking that back way. We call it the back way. Billy Kiss 73 Trucker John, yes, I will be there the whole time in case of electrical issues. IBEW Local 134 and proud. All right, Local 134. All right, so that's awesome, Billy Kid. I hope you have a good time there. And I don't know if you're allowed to take pictures or shoot video, but if you do, and if you could, and if there's some way we could see those, that would be awesome. Donald Leary says, Billy Kid 73, hello, where is the DNC convention at? And Alvin Stoop says it's in Chicago, Don. Billy Kid 73, Donald Leary, hello, it's at the United Center, Chicago, a stadium where the Bulls and Blackhawks play. United Center. So that's where it's at. And that is going to be August. It's next month, right? Is it August 18th or something like that? When is, I forget the date. I forget the exact date. But it's coming up. And that's where Kamala Harris is going to be appointed as the official nominee. And we'll have a VP pick. We should know her pick before then. But that VP will be, voted in or whatever. So it's going to be a big day. And I'm sure it'll be much, much better than the RNC. I mean, it's looking like we're going to have Taylor Swift and Beyonce. And I would put Taylor Swift and Beyonce up against Kid fucking Rock and Ted Nugent. And was Ted Nugent, I guess he wasn't, was he there? But I know Kid Rock was performing, right, at the RNC. And bringing in these old has-beens like fucking Hulk Hogan and shit. I'll take Taylor Swift and Beyonce up any day of the week over them. Or as I like to call it, Tibonce. Tibonce. I'm combining Taylor and Beyonce. Tibonce. I think we should go with that. What do you guys think? Should we call it Tibonce? They'll probably be performing separately, but if they do something together on stage, that would be cool if they did some sort of duet or something or whatever. It would be Tibonce. So anyhow, I hope they show up. I hope they're there. I think they are. I think Taylor Swift and Beyonce are going to be there, and I guess they'll be performing, right? Billy Kid 73 says August 19th through the 22nd, Chicago, Illinois, at the United Center. Don't miss it. Becky D's in the driver's lounge. Hello, Becky D. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping on in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show. Let's get that share. Cian's here. Hey, Cian's coming in here. Says, hey guys, sorry I did not see you in my links. With Hal, I also did not get notification. Weird day. Well, that happens. The notifications aren't really always 100%, I guess, apparently. So just remember, if you can, I know we've all got our lives, our separate lives, our family and work and everything else going on. I know it's kind of hard to always remember old Trucker John. When I'm on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, And the times are all different, I guess. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thursday afternoon, usually 3 p.m. Pacific time. And Saturday, usually 11 a.m. Pacific time. Just a reminder. But I'm glad you're here. Better late than never. Right? Right? Don O'Leary says Taylor will still be in Europe from what I heard. But I also heard that I thought I heard that there was a break in her touring schedule that just happened to coincide with the week of the DNC. So we'll see. And she has been one to hop on airplanes, like in the Super Bowl. She was in Tokyo, I think, the night before the Super Bowl, or 2 nights before the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden there she was at the Super Bowl. So I would not count out old Taylor hopping on an airplane and getting over here for at least for a night or something. Carolina says, Billy Kiss 73, yay, fellow electrician here. DOD blessed me with 4-year apprenticeship. So grateful. I'm so envious you get to work at DNC convention. Wish I could go. I'd volunteer to clean up. Yeah, it'd be a fun one to go to. Like I said, a lot more fun than that RNC snooze fest, where even Donald Trump was snoozing his fucking ass off. MJ Daniel seeing Celine Dion sing at the Olympics opening ceremony was amazing. Yeah, we were talking about that at the top of the show, about her coming back. She's been in poor health, dealing with a disease, and people thought they would never hear her sing live ever again. And she sounded great last night. Sounded great. And I believe they have announced that she's going to be doing some dates here in Las Vegas at Resorts World coming up shortly. So that's all good news for Celine Dion and all of her fans. Let's see. Billy Kid 73 at Carolina, right on. I went right into my apprenticeship after my USMC term. There you go. Arizona Sunflowers, he plans to let all the people who are locked up because they did terrible things on January 6th out of jail. Scary. Yeah, that's, he's just pandering. That's just pandering to MAGA, pandering to all those maggots. I will pardon all of them, yeah. And what does he call them? He calls them hostages or something? I don't know. MJ Daniels, she could pull a Phil Collins. I don't know what that means. Billy Kid 73 says, Don O'Leary, I will check and see. My days off are a few and far between. For the rest of the year, the conventions are constant until the end of the year. Janelle Walker, Trump at some rallies said he isn't Christian. Really, did he say that? Because I've been seeing, they've been playing this video of him at some big, evangelical church type of deal, where he's been saying all this, like, religion is the love of Christ. He's our Savior. We do all things for Christ. Where he's just really, it really sounds like he's just hearing all this Jesus-y shit for the first time, but he's out there acting like he's this big Christian. Cian says, I was having dinner, give my son dinner. I have to feed him, so that is why sometimes I lose track of time. The more work, busy. Yeah, I realize we've all got our lives. Speaking of Trump, now here's a little thing. Here's a video. This is from, I don't know, I forget if this is Lincoln Project, but let's give this a listen, shall we?
Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
When I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof.
A person who's flat-chested is very hard to be attacked.
We could say politically correct that the look doesn't matter, but the look obviously matters. Like you wouldn't have your job if you weren't beautiful.
There's nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
Putting a wife to work is a very dangerous thing. A pregnancy is never, it's a wonderful thing for the woman. It's a wonderful thing for the husband. It's certainly an inconvenience for a business.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle? There has to be some form of punishment. For the woman? Yeah.
Donald is the first president to enter the White House supporting gay marriage.
I don't support gay marriage. I'm against gay marriage.
I am not in favor of gay marriage.
Nobody's better
To people with disabilities, that we got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I
There
said.
you go.
Oh, I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. I am the least racist person in this room. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. When Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. We're going to build a wall. They say walls don't work. Walls work 100%.
So there you go. There you go. There's Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. A little misogyny in there. A little bit of, Melania, whatever her name is, Melania is saying, he's for gay marriage and come right out. No, he's not for gay marriage. I mean, that's Donald Trump. That is your Republican nominee. Misogynist, anti-gay, and anti-women's choice. And wants to punish women if they get an abortion. There has to be punishment. So once again, I will say to Donald Trump, go fuck yourself. Because at this point, I don't think anybody else will. Well, Melania sure won't. I guess unless you paid her a bunch of more money, maybe. I don't know. NJ Daniel says, 1985 Live Aid. Phil Collins played a show in London. Got in plane. Yeah, I think that was Live Aid. Yeah. General Walker, he's always been full of shit. Yes, disgusting. We're all disgusting. I'm sorry, I disgusted everyone by playing that. I know. I need to have a warning, like Hal has the nut warning. I need to have a some other warning for that, I guess. Carol Lana says, Billy Kid 73. If this year was different, I'd look into it, but it's been a shit show. Hit by tornadoes, death, etc. Did volunteer to do postcards to swing states. My BIL Master Electric in Cincy area. Stu, I hate Trump. You know what? I hate Trump too, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Because I know there are some people that say, don't say hate, don't say you hate. It's not good to hate. I hate Donald Trump, all right? I hate him. There's no redeeming qualities whatsoever in that motherfucker. He is disgusting, and not only is he just disgusting and vile, but he is a danger. He's a menace to society. He's a clear and present danger to this country and to the people of this country. So I have no shame or hesitance to say that I hate Donald Trump. And I think he deserves whatever the worst punishment he can get. He deserves it. So, yeah. Janelle Umini says John Umini. Carolina Melania sure won't. Yeah. Well, I was thinking, maybe if you gave her like a couple more $1 million or something, maybe she would. I don't know. I don't know what her price point is at this point. MJ Daniel, lock up the nut. Seeing me too, Bigly. Bigly. It's Bigly. Big time. All right, guys. I didn't mean to kind of end this on such a downer, showing Trump, but let's end this on a positive note. We've got the DNCs coming up. Billy Kid 73 is going to be there, making sure the power is all going good, and we're going to have a great DNC coming up on the 18th or the 20th or whatever it was, and I think Tebonse is going to be there. I'm coining that phrase, Tebonse. I'd like to see Pink show up. Pink could show up too. That would be Tebonse Pink. Tebonsink. Tebonksink. I don't know. Anyhow, Carol says it's coming in September. Lock him up. Yeah, he needs to be locked up. Caroline, I so agree. Dump is such a danger to us. The world, not enough invectives. And James, Joe Walker, that was a good video. Silly. Carolina, help us vent. No worries. Sugar John. Yeah. Hey, man, you need to vent. Let's vent. I'll be your ventriloquist. I'm on a roll today. I'll be your ventriloquist, as in I will vent for you. Maybe not all of you can do your own YouTube channel where you can vent. Maybe you can't. Maybe you won't. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you don't have access. So I'll do it for you. I will be your ventriloquist. I just made that up. Where I will vent for you. Where I'll say things like, "Fuck you, Donald Trump, you piece of shit, diaper wearing fucking motherfucker." There. How was that? That was a good vent. Let's see. What's another one? Like, "Fuck you, Donald Trump, you fucking traitor, selling everything out to the Russians, you Russian lover, you Putin pupper, you Putin puppet, pooping puppet fluffer, pupper." That wasn't such a good vent, but I'm kind of spitballing here. But fuck you, Trump, you Putin puppet. I don't know. Well, it's work in progress. It's work in progress. But yeah, I'll be your ventriloquist. All right, and so we'll do this again on Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Be here or be square. Be there or be square. And I guess that's it for today. I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for we had some couple of folks that donated some memberships. Thank you, Fancy. Thank you, Nick Rich 56. I know Nick is probably not here right now, but thank you so much. That all helps the show, helps us to grow. Make sure you guys hit the share button. It's free. Like, subscribe, and share. Those are all free things, and those are great ways of helping the show grow. We're at 1,980 subscribers. Just the other day, we just barely hit 1,900, and now we're at 1,980. We're knocking on the door of 2,000 subscribers. So let's keep on sharing the show, watching the show. Maybe my Facebook friends will someday show up here. I don't know. And I'm talking about the ones that are the maggoty ones. I'd love them to come in and we could have a conversation, but they won't do it. They're kind of chicken, I guess. I don't know. Or they got better things to do or other things to do. But guys, thanks for being here. In the meantime, if you can send a couple bucks to Kamala Harris, I know she's raised a lot of money, or to other Democratic candidates. We've got the guy trying to beat Ted Cruz down there in Texas. He's like really close. We've got a person that's going against Boebert in Colorado. I don't know if she's got a chance or not. I don't know. There's a few races around the country that probably need some attention. If you send them $3, $5, that helps. Go to Act Blue, I think. They can do, I think that's a good organization, and they can send out money to various campaigns. But the main thing is make sure you're registered to vote. Vote.org is a good way. It'll send you to the link that you need to be where you can check. Make sure you're registered and make sure you vote. Vote blue. Bring people, other like-minded people. Make sure they vote. If you go to a polling place, go together. If you're going to vote by mail, maybe mail in your ballots together or whatever. But have a conversation and make sure we vote. We vote blue. We vote for Kamala Harris. And whoever her running mate's going to be, it's going to be a good choice. Whoever it is, there's not a bad one on the list. They're all good as far as I'm concerned. So, let's keep the legacy of Joe Biden alive and well and kicking. He still has 6 months or whatever to go. He's going to keep doing a great job as president. Let's keep the Biden boom going, the Biden economics. He's laid down the groundwork for Kamala Harris and all others to follow. And it shouldn't be a big mystery. We've seen how it works. We've seen how Bidenomics works. And we'll just keep it rolling. Let's just keep it going, keep it rolling. Vote blue all the way through, all the way down ticket. Let's give Kamala Harris the Congress behind her. That's important too. Let's get back the House. Let's keep the Senate. All that good stuff, man. It's just going to be, I think it's going to be a big blue giant tsunami, a big blue Rovember. And man, I can't wait. I can't wait for November to get here. But in the meantime, make sure that you guys get some stretching in, because for God's sakes, you don't want to pull a hammy.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. Show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So I style of Easter, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John Live Street. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John Live Street. Yeah, the Trucker John Live Street. We gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John Kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John Live Street. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John Live Street. Yeah, the Trucker John Live Street. We gonna come back and do it all